Welcome to the Property Tax Dashboards, BGR's latest research endeavor. Today, we present a tutorial covering the basics of the dashboard and how it functions. BGR's Property Tax Dashboards gathers information regarding property taxes into one resource that answers the most common questions for each tax district or ward in Jefferson, Orleans, and St. Tammany Parish. BGR reports to your unique needs. This dashboard will serve your needs to understand your local property taxes, advancing our mission of informed public policy making. Now, let's go to the dashboard to explore a little bit. So now we are at the home page where all of the property tax dashboards can be found for each of the parishes in the project, Jefferson, Orleans, and St. Tammany. Now, before we're diving into the dashboard, we recommend that you check out the property tax primer, which you can find in this blue banner right here. It explains the nuts and bolts of property taxes in Louisiana and helps you learn how tax bills are calculated. Here you can just definitely learn a lot of more information and see a step-by-step example of how to calculate your tax bill. So once you're done navigating the About Your Property Taxes section, you are equipped with the knowledge to fully understand the dashboard. Now, I would like to turn over the rest of the video tutorial to the lead researcher on the development of the property tax dashboards, research analyst Susan Dudas.
So let's jump into the dashboards. First choice you get to make is which parish you'd like to take a look at, Orleans, Jefferson, or St. Tammany Parish. And if you click on one of the parish bars here, you'll see it opens up and you can see all the different dashboards that are available. These are the different one for each of the different taxing wards or districts or areas within that parish. So this is Jefferson Parish, and you can scroll down. If you know your tax ward, you'll see the number there. That makes it easy. You click on that to enter that dashboard, or if you're not sure of the number, you can use the map to identify the area and then again click and you will get to the dashboard. So let's take a look at Orleans as well. Orleans is a little different than Jefferson and St. Tammany. It doesn't have so many distinct taxing districts or wards. You can see just 3 areas here. The only real difference, we have Orleans East Bank and the West Bank of Orleans Parish, Algiers. They have a different levy tax, so that makes them slightly different. And then the Downtown Development District, which is on the East Bank, has one distinct tax for improvements in that district. And if you click on the bar again, it rolls that up. Let's roll up Jefferson. St. Tammany has the most tax districts here, over 30 districts. So we have a dashboard for each of those. You can again either identify by the district number or take a look at the map to see if that's the area you're looking for, and then you would click on that. With Jefferson and St. Tammany, if you're still not sure by looking at the map or you don't know the number, you can go to the assessor's website for that parish. And by typing in an address, if you want to look at a particular address, type in the address. Here in St. Tammany is 300 Spartan Drive, that's Seven High School. And you can see there, will tell you what the corresponding tax district is. The same thing here with Jefferson. I typed in 2800 Bruin Drive, that's Bonneville High School, and you can see it identifies that you are in tax ward 91. So going back to the dashboards again, I am going to select one. Let's see, we'll take a look at Jefferson Parish in Ward 10, the city of Gretna, excluding Timberlane. Click on it, and it's going to load the dashboard. Here we go. So all the dashboards are laid out the same way, include the same charts. And important to know, there is this scroll bar here on the right. All the charts are on the same page, but you will need to scroll down to see them all. So make sure you use the scroll bar on your right. And all of the dashboards are divided into 2 sections. The top section here, the most recent year ward details for whichever ward or taxing area district you've selected. And the most recent year for Jefferson and St. Tammany right now is 2023. Most recent year means the most recent year for which tax bills were issued. So for Jefferson and St. Tammany, at the end of 2023, bills went out for 2023 taxes. In Orleans, as you'll see, the most recent year is 2024 because tax bills just went out for Orleans Parish for this year, for 2024, the year ahead. So that's one difference between the parishes in terms of what the most recent year is. But the four charts that you see in this top section, the most recent year ward details, they break down the ward's total rate, which is right here in orange. So for this ward, 142.97 mils. The four charts break that down so you can understand better how the rate pays for different purposes, who levies and sets the rates for the different taxes. Let's start off here. This first chart here is the breakdown by purpose, this nice colorful donut chart. And you can see, for example, that law enforcement and justice system, about 38.15 mils of that total rate go to law enforcement justice system purposes. It's about 27% of the total. Public health, 10.94 mils or 8%. This general undedicated, it's an interesting area here. These taxes are not dedicated. They don't have a specific purpose that they must be used for. Typically, each parish government and each municipal government has one undedicated tax that is flexible. So they can use that revenue from that tax for a mix of purposes or wherever they feel that the need be for different priorities. Then moving over to the chart over here, who levies the taxes, each bar here shows the number of mills that were levied in the most recent year by which taxing body. So here, the city of Gretna, it is levying 60.22 mills for the most recent year. This is the school board, Jefferson Parish School Board's purpose of the whole rate, the parish council, the sheriff, etc. The bar chart just below it shows you when certain parts of your tax bill will expire unless they are renewed by voters. Most taxes have a set term, often it's 10 years, could be more. And if those taxes are not renewed by voters by the end of that term, they would fall off your tax bill. So here at the end of 2024, unless the taxes that are part of this 7.74 mils are renewed by voters, that would drop off at the end of 2024. You do see at the bottom, some taxes are permanent, do not have an expiration. So here, 22.27 mils are permanent and will not need to be renewed by voters. And finally, in this section is this nice table, which has lots of information. It has its own scroll bar you see here, because each row of this table is an individual tax that is part of the total rate. So if you hover over a row of that tax, you can actually pull up and see what the ballot proposition was, what was specified that this tax could be used for, the rate that voters allowed for, and typically when the tax will take effect and when it will expire. The next column over shows you the rate that the taxing body actually levied for this current year, and then the total rate again at the bottom. And the next column over is really cool. This one, you get to select up here a home value that you would like to look at for between a $100,000 home and a $1 million home. I'll select a $300,000 home here. And it will break down the tax bill for that $300,000 house. You can see the total bill at the bottom, $3,668, and then the individual portion for each of the taxes included there. So that's a lot of fun that you can play with and really useful if you're considering buying a new home that might have a different value from your current home to see how your taxes would change, or if you're moving to a different part of your parish or a different parish in the area that we feature with the dashboards, you could go over and check out the dashboard there and get a feel for how your taxes would change from where you currently are and your current home value. Moving over again, you see the taxing body for each of the taxes. You see the term length, as you can see in Jefferson here, a lot of 10-year taxes. And then finally, the far right column, you see, if you scroll down and you see one of these link icons, that is going to take you, when you click on it, to a BGR report about that tax. Typically, this will be one of our ballot reports when the tax was last on the ballot, where we analyze the tax to help inform voters as they made a decision about that tax. So really useful information. You can get a lot of specific details about the tax as well as our analysis where you see that link icon. And I will note that that feature is not available for the St. Tammany dashboards. Most of our recent research on taxes there has been with sales taxes, which are not part of the property tax dashboard. And one other feature I should point out is that you'll see at the top of each column this little arrow, and that allows you to sort the table by that column. So if you want, right now it's sorted alphabetically by the tax name. If you wanted to sort it by the rate, you could do that. And now you have them in order from the highest rate to the lowest rate. If you clicked it again, you would go from lowest to highest. And I'll go ahead, I'll put it back here on alphabetical order. And one of the interesting things about dashboards is how you can make the charts talk to each other. So in this first section, these 4 charts talk to each other, and you can drill down in one chart and see the corresponding part of the other chart. So if I click on law enforcement justice system in the purpose breakdown, now I can see who's levying those taxes, the breakdown for when those taxes will expire, and in the table, the particular collection of taxes that is part of that purpose. And you can see here then also that the total tax bill just for taxes in that purpose area, $1,000. And again, the individual then amounts for each of those justice system law enforcement taxes. And if I want to go back to the big picture, I click on it again. And you can do this for any of the different charts in this area. So if I want to click over here on a bar, I am going to see, this is Jefferson Parish Council, the corresponding pieces in the other charts. So these highlighted portions are the portions that are levied by the Jefferson Parish Council, when those Jefferson Parish Council taxes will expire, and all the individual ones over here in the table. All right, moving down to the second section of the dashboard is the rate history for the particular taxing area you've looked at. So here's the Ward 10, excluding Timberlane, rate history for the last 10 years. You have 3 charts in this section. The first chart is really nice, a big picture that shows you the total rate for the district that or ward that you've selected here in blue, highlighted from 2014 to 2023. And the next bar, the darkest gray bar, here you can see what the highest total rate that was levied that year among Jefferson's 19 wards. Here you can see what the median rate that year was among the 19 wards. And finally, the lowest rate among the 19 wards. The orange line here, this is the parish-wide taxes. So this is the portion of the total for each bar that is paid by every district in or tax ward. So you can see here back in 2014, the parish-wide taxes in Jefferson had a total millage rate of 48.48 mills. And let's come to 2023. Now that's up to 62.38 mills. So again, this amount is part of the total in all the bars. You can kind of see the increase here in 2019. There was a jump. That was a new school tax that the school board levied for pay raises that voters approved. And then in 2022, the sheriff sought a new tax also for pay raises, and voters approved that tax as well in 2022. So really nice to see the trend you can see for your district. as well as these parish-wide taxes. The remaining two charts are specific, again, for the district or tax ward that you've picked. And they have similar breakdowns, the breakdown by purpose and who levies the tax, as you had in the first section. But the difference here is that you can actually select multiple years and really get an idea of how the breakdown has changed. So here, if I go here, let's say I don't want 2014 anymore, I want 2015, I'll click that. And gives you a real picture. You can see here, again, look at these law enforcement justice system taxes back in 2015, total mills 23.2. And now for 2022 and 2023, it's stayed the same with those years, but we're up to 38.15. You can see by taxing body. So back in 2015, City of Gretna levied 50.55 mills. Now it's at 60.22. So all the years here from 2014 through 2023, you could even, if you want to select all of them, there you go. So lots of colors here. Sometimes all the numbers don't pop up because there are so many bars, but if you find the bar that you're interested in and you hover over it, you'll see pops up a box that has the information that you can clearly read. So that's interesting just to see the full picture for the 10 years. If we went back, again, just select whatever combination of years you're interested in, and you'll see those. And just like the 4 charts in the first section, these 2 charts talk to each other as well. So if I click on a bar over here, the City of Gretna, for 2015, I'm going to see the corresponding portion in the breakdown chart over here. And just as in above, if you click it again, the full picture comes back. So really nice opportunity to take a look at how things have changed within your district in these last 2 charts. And a couple capabilities that might help you. This goes for all the charts, especially depending on the size screen that you're looking at. For all of the charts, if you go to the upper right-hand portion of it and you hover there, you'll see this focus mode icon appear. And if you click on that, then you see you just get a blow up of that one particular chart that you can read really well. And then you can go back to the full report when you're done doing that. Another way to get a bigger picture and blow things up is down here in the bottom right corner to slide this. Right now I'm at 67%. If I want to make things a little larger, I've gone up to 92%. And as you can see, now the charts are much bigger. You also have a scroll bar here now on the bottom that you can use, but that will help you see the individual charts more clearly, especially if you have a small screen there. Put it back to where it was. And one last thing here, let's take a look at in the very top corner here in the upper right, you can go back and select another dashboard. So you do that, that takes you back to the dashboard homepage. You could go into Orleans and select the dashboard there. While I'm here, I'll just point out with Orleans, the one difference here is in the second section where Orleans doesn't have the multitude of different taxing districts or wards as Jefferson and St. Tammany, that in the rate history, the first rate history chart here, the area you've selected is again the highlighted blue one, but instead of having the highest among the areas, the median and the lowest, we've just included the information for each of the 2 other areas that are there that you can see, but it also has that orange line that is showing you the parish-wide taxes that are part of the total for everybody. And as you can see while we're here at Orleans, most of the taxes in Orleans are parish-wide that everyone in all parts of the parish are paying there. So that concludes the presentation. I hope you'll enjoy the dashboards, check out different areas, drill down on different purposes, see how things have changed, see who levies the taxes, and get all the details you need in one place here. So thanks so much and happy dashboarding.